What up, movie nerds? Rian Johnson is back and is single-handedly dragging the murder mystery genre back into the mainstream cinema. And honestly, let's all let him continue to do it. Every time he puts out a Knives Out story, my butt's gonna be in the seat watching it. For years, the murder mystery genre has thrived in books, and for a long time those books became movies. But as of late, between all the superheroes, the live-action CGI remakes, and big-budget explosions, film basically said, "Whodunit? Not gonna be me." That was so dumb, I'm sorry. So basically, when we get a whodunit, we should go and see who did it. Wake Up Dead Man is the third entry in Rian Johnson's Knives Out series, and I was lucky enough to see it in theaters before it gets released on Netflix on December 12th. And if you've seen the first two films, Knives Out and Glass Onion, you're going to immediately feel you're being wrapped up in a cozy blanket of familiarity. It has an eccentric cast, one poor soul who's connected to the murder begging Benoit Blanc for help, and the slow peeling back of clues like an onion, just not the glass variety. But this time around, Johnson gives us what is probably the most interesting murder and the most compelling setup of the trilogy. We follow a young priest assigned to a tiny upstate New York church. The church's congregation is devout, insular, and maybe worshiping their church leader a little more than their faith. If your pastor has merch, blink twice. Johnson uses the closed-off community of the church to mimic or mirror online echo chamber communities, specifically in the right-wing sphere. This shouldn't come as a surprise because Glass Onion literally spent its entire runtime satirizing Elon Musk, who is the owner of said echo chambers online for the right-wing conspiracies. So if you go into that not expecting to be roasted if you kind of are an Elon Musk fanboy, this might not be the movie for you. We watch how the church isolates its members, rationalizing their behavior through hardships. This whole thematic thread is practically a subplot in Wake Up Dead Man. It's happening underneath a genuinely tight, old-school murder mystery. And speaking of old school, Johnson clearly loves the golden era of detective fiction. It's very well known that Knives Out is a reference to The Murder of Roger Ackroyd by Agatha Christie, and it continues to tip its hat to the classics by literally having a list of classic detective fiction novels that the characters end up reading. And if you're curious about which detective novel this story references, it's The Hollow Man. It's clear based on what I've said already, I like this movie. I like it a lot. But let's sprinkle in a little criticism here to show you that I'm at least a little objective. Of the trilogy, these characters are, in my opinion, the least memorable. And I'm not saying the characters in this story are bad. They're just more supporting cast than they are scene stealers. They're all secondary to the plot itself. I'd also like to mention that this is the least funny Knives Out movie. The movie is darker from the opening frame, both visually and tonally. There are jokes, of course, but just don't expect the same level that you got in the first two novels. Still, this is one of those films that come out every couple years that is in between all of the superhero movies, all of the remakes, and it's just a crowd pleaser. If you put this movie on, everyone who's going to stop what they're doing and try to figure out who done it. There's a reason that there is a golden age of detective novels, and it's because people love a good whodunit story. They love a good murder mystery. And Rian Johnson is again delivering one of those. He is batting 3 for 3 on these Knives Out stories. Go see it. You won't be disappointed. I'm going to give Wake Up Dead Man a 9 out of 10. Disclaimer, the only reason you might not like this movie is if you are in an echo chamber of your own maintained by your very small, very enthusiastic hometown church, in which case you might feel slightly targeted by this movie. Okay, now that we got the movie stuff out of the way, and if you're still here, I want to thank you very, very much. I am also part of the murder mystery industrial complex. I'm an author currently writing my own murder mystery set in the world of West Hollywood influencers. It very much aligns with Knives Out. It's supposed to be funny, it's got a wacky cast of characters, and I think there's a genuinely good murder mystery plot at the heart of it. So, like I said, I'm still drafting it. If you like Rian Johnson's style, quirky, twisty, character-driven, you'll probably like what I'm cooking up. Keep following along. I'm going to be updating this channel more about my book progress. I'm sending out my book to beta readers soon, and I'm going to be incorporating their feedback. So I hope one day, if you're watching this video, you'll be able to read my book. I hope that's something you're interested in. All right. Thanks for listening to my plug. All right. Bye.
Vem caixa tá preparada pra fuder sua safada. Vem sentando na piroca, sua piranha safada. Vem fuder.